Good morning. Um, I just woke up and so much has happened and it's only 9:19 a.m. And I feel like it's like that every morning. I woke up at like 8 and then I laid in bed and played my game Cake Sort for like an hour. Excuse me. I think the world should hand me over to Colin Farrell. I think that's probably like the best advice that I probably gave this entire year. I mean, you still haven't done it, right? I think that that's probably the best advice I could give the general public is to like hand me over to my father. He came through the airwaves this morning and was like, "All I have for you is pain and suffering, and I have no relief from it, Alyssa." And that was obviously a joke. He was saying that he can help me and he can move me out of it. I mean, it feels sort of hopeless, but like, I'm like, okay, whatever tricks you have up your sleeve, Colin, like, go for it, please, because like, I'm ready to move on from this, and I know I'm not the only one that's ready to move on from this narrative. Um, I have a wrinkle. Um, my stupid game is open, and now I'm distracted. I have to turn down the light for you to see it, and I don't feel like it. It keeps glitching and like it's supposed to like sort these cakes. I'll show you guys. I'll turn on the light. But like, oh god, there's an ad. See what I mean? There's too many ads. But like this one, okay, so like these cakes used to be here and I just put this cake here and it sorted this to this. But like it didn't grab, see how this is the same as this one? So it should have grabbed this one and then brought it here and then brought it to here and then it would have completed that cake. And it didn't because it keeps glitching like that and it's pissing me off because it's sort of like harder to win obviously when like the cakes don't sort themselves and the game is literally called Cake Sort. It's like a weird glitch in the game where like the cakes can't get it together and like sort themselves and like that's literally their only job, you know. um all right, let me stop playing. Oh my god, I can't stop playing. Oh my god, you guys, I have a habit. It's called Cake Sort. All right, I have to stop. I'm talking to you guys. It's so rude. Okay. Um, oh God. I'm like, why am I even doing these? I'm not like doing these for money, you know? That's what I was thinking this morning. I was like, I'm not like doing YouTube videos for money. Like, I need to make money. Like, I don't even know why I come on here and like talk anymore because like I don't make money from it. So, like, why do I record? I mean, I know why I record, but it's funny the thoughts that I have. I'm like, well, I can't put that on there. Um, yeah. No, we had like a great morning. It was like really great. And like, our thoughts obviously flooded the airwaves. And then I smelled like so much shit in my room. Like, I was like, did my dog shit? Because he did like the tiniest little fart. Like, you'd see my dog, he's like this big. And I was laying in my bed like 8 in the morning, whatever. And I was thinking about that movie, Poor Things, which is just an awful movie. And, I mean, if you're on the airwaves, you heard us thinking about it, talking about it. And it just made the air like filled with like shit. Like I just smelled like somebody just like, it just smelled like shit, like pervasive throughout the fucking room. And I was like, there's no way my little dog's tiny little, he just went like that. This tiny little fart made the whole room smell like that. And I was just like, wow, Earth is like disgusting. Human beings are like literally disgusting. Disgusting pieces of trash. Human beings are literally the biggest pieces of trash ever, you know? My hair's all staticky. Um, I'm like, should I wait until I get have my second cup of coffee? Because like I just feel like I think it's just like sort of like combined with like the depression of like thinking about like what's happening and whatever, and then the arguments they have back and how it like infuriates us children. Like they said, it's probably from a friend. And like, what if you married Gabe and you passed that on to like your son? Like it's like infuriating. It's literally infuriating. Because it's kind. It's like crazy. That's crazy. You sound insane. You sound literally insane. And I'm like, okay, well, that's why I pushed out the medical community this year. That's why I worked so hard to push out the medical community this year. Because COVID was an overlay of the FEMA camps, and they're starting to bleed through now because I'm pushing out the medical community that all sickness in 3D is related to spirituality. I mean, my teeth aren't real. I broke my foot and it healed this year. I've had IVs installed from the ether, all these different things that affect our reality in a very real way. And I'm just like, thank God that I did all that. And maybe that's why the starships like made my friends go crazy last night. I took my friends out. I was like, look at this, guys. Like first of all, like Fresh and I, we go out the front. We go out the front now to go potty instead of the back. We used to go out the back, but it's been snowing, and the steps on the back porch are always like icy and snowy. So I don't go out that one. I go out the front porch because it's clear. And I used to go out the back, and all the starships were in the backyard. Star constellations. You guys call them star constellations, but I call them starships because I'm not as dumb as humanity is. And so all the star constellations, which are starships, were in the backyard. And I started going out the front yard, and now all the starships are in the front yard. because they're literally only here for me. The literal stars are only here for me. And there's a song about it. Look at the stars, look how they shine for you. Okay, but like literally, like all the stars, which were star constellations, which are starships, they were all in the front yard now. And I looked around, like I walked around, and then they all followed me to the field. All of the starships, they all followed me to the field. And I was like, watch the skies. And then all the starships followed me to the field. And then I looked around, and the rest of the sky was completely dark. There was no stars in the sky except for the starships over me, to prove that the sky is completely fake. And like the star constellations, and like having like star constellations in like certain places is just like completely fake. It's completely fake because they're literally all here for me, and they were all literally above me. And then I walked back to the front yard, and then they were all in the front yard again. And it made my friends go crazy. They started having confidence and just started like going off and going crazy. And then I was watching Krista's broadcast, and then she started going crazy, and I was like, I got to get out of here because you're going crazy, Krista. And I had to calm down and watch some ASMR because they were getting feisty AF. I didn't dream. I just had clips, probably due to the new star person. That's me on the future timeline. That's literally Alyssa on the future timeline. I just had clips, and I had one clip, and it was, so like there's this rumor going around that like Brandon actually hasn't died yet. Hold on. I just cleaned out my videos, so this should be fine. Been being stalked by like a gross demon that's out of line all morning, and she's been saying gross things like there's only one. You know, when you constantly try to say like there's only one, like use my energy in like disgusting ways, in gross ways that are against my will. There's only one. Isn't that saying like how many people are there? Isn't that the same exact thing as asking how many people are there, saying there's only one? So there's only one, so you can use my energy against me? Is that your logic and your reasoning, gross demon, that I told you to stop talking to me? There's only one. Okay. So it doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. Like, I don't get like your fucking logic. Like, there's only one. That goes against my will. So it's not something that I agree to or that I would do. You keep thinking like it's an equal quality game or something like that, or like because there's only one molecule, like you have complete right to do whatever you want with my energy. No, it's the queen's energy. There is only one, me, the queen, and you're using my energy to go against my will with it's my energy. That's like saying like that's like stealing from me. That's like stealing money, cash from me, stealing like $100 from me and being like there's only one. So it's fine. Like you're literally using my money to buy yourself stuff and you think it's okay because there's only one. Didn't already go over this the other day that you're a reflection of me if you're trapped in the void and you refuse to agree that Alyssa's in charge and you see yourself as me in the mirror because you're literally been going crazy all year long? You're a reflection of me. You're a reflection of the one molecule. That doesn't mean you get to use my energy to do whatever you want. It's my energy that you're using. So your argument is null and void. There's only one. Yes, there's only one. So you can't use my energy to do whatever you want. There is only one. There is only me. And so you're not allowed to use my energy in mean or abusive ways. um, it's just, again, like more of the disgusting chatter that's like literally driving us crazy. There's only one, as demonstrated by the starships last night in the sky. How they literally don't give a shit about you at all, and they're not following you around the yard. They're only following me around the yard. So that's a really good demonstration of the real one, the real queen, me, and the fake queen, this fake demon woman that's saying there's only one. And the starships don't follow you around the yard because you're not important. You're not anything. You're just a reflection of me. I feel like the energy like shifted this morning because I felt like I was like in Colin's house and I felt like I was with Colin and I was like, am I gonna have to get a job now? Am I gonna have to be like an actress? Like that was like my like it felt like I woke up in Colin's house and I was like, am I gonna have to be an actress now? And he's like, no. Um, like Nepo baby thoughts. Um, I saw another clip. Okay, so I just saw clips due probably to the star person starting to trickle in and how I told you how she works. And Brandon combined with Hayden into one man, and he was sitting looking down and he was talking to himself, saying, you know why this is happening? You hate your job. And it was Brandon and Hayden combined. So it was Brandon's black hair, but like Hayden's like coarse, thick, blonde texture hair. And it was like the Anakin haircut. And it was like a combined face of like Brandon and Hayden. And then the next clip, I was holding my brother's face and I said to him, go explore space. Then there was a third clip. It said, they said to me, Alyssa, if you just have a pandemic, that'll convince us. That'll convince us you own space and time. And it was sort of the ancient Atlanteans making fun of me because I already started the pandemic. And it's like they were making fun of me, but like they're also like being like, challenging me to start another pandemic because they don't want to face the music and face facts of the FEMA camps. And That's why I started off the broadcast with a very important message that we've been pushing out the medical community all year. You guys, a medical doctor healed my asthma without seeing me in person, and he talked to me over the screen about it, and he was an MD, I believe, on TikTok, and he was like, I had to heal her asthma or I was going to go crazy. And so he healed my asthma without treating me. So that's going in the right direction and pushing out the medical community, and that's revealing the FEMA camps, and the ancient Atlanteans are freaking out about it. I wonder why. My Draco tail was attacked all night long. I was in so much pain, and I was like half awake pretty much all night long, calling out to Brandon, and he didn't hear me. So I think Brandon might be dead. I know that's kind of funny because it's a dead man. Oh, that was the rumor that like Brandon's still alive somewhere, and like maybe it's Hayden Christensen, and like maybe all of a sudden Hayden's not going to exist and it's going to be Brandon. Like Brandon was Darth Vader, and like um Brandon was Anakin Skywalker, and all of a sudden it's going to be Brandon Lee instead of Hayden Christensen or something crazy like that. I mean, it might happen. We'll see. That's going to frustrate the crap out of me if that's true. So yeah, I was being ripped apart in another dimension all night long, and I felt like in super pain from my tailbone down to my ankles all night long. It literally felt like my legs were being like ripped off of my body. Um, and I woke up with the super ringing in both ears, which means we were calling the celestial again all night long because Brandon wasn't responding. That means the dead man is dead. And so we're calling the celestial down to earth. And somebody heard me that, Brandon wasn't responding. They were like, thank you for service with your uniform, because they call the soul uniform, or they call the soul clothes, and they're not allowed to call it clothes anymore. So they're thinking of other terms they can call it. Now they're calling it a uniform. I mean, last year they called Brandon my favorite doll. It's like they keep on like insulting Brandon. He's me God, and he's not a doll. And he got there through spiritual service to the one. And he knows who the one is. And it's not random ugly fake princess running around saying, there's only one, ha 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 ha, there's only one. So he's not a uniform, he's not a doll, he's me, God, and Hayden is a star person with a lot of space capabilities that we would call supernatural. So he's way more advanced than humans as well. I already told you he's like between a god. He's like a demigod. Same with Jason Momoa. They're like demigods. Demigods. That's what they are. And they can combine with Brandon and become even more powerful. And they can combine with the celestial and become more powerful as well. So stupid humanity yet again. Another day of being insane. I mean, you can say you're a good person like all day long, but it like doesn't change like what you did all year and like all the visions that we received all year long. So it doesn't really change that. I'm a good person now. Like, okay, you know, I don't see how that statement changes anything. Um, Brandon might mind wipe you, Alyssa. That's why you're recording. Okay. See, there's like more random weird statements. This is what I mean. Like, there's just random demons that are out of line stalking me right now. Oh, yeah. And like everybody was like turning super negative, which I did talk about yesterday. Um, yeah. Do, 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 do. Um, I think that's it. I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee.